Miss Lafalot here, diabetes destroyer. Let me tell you, I've added some more things. So some was day 74. Carnivore based diet. So the first 30 days was, um, I was mostly carnivore, right? Because the vegetables were making me sick. So when I found out about Dr. Ken Berry, um, I was quite alarmed because I could barely see. I was into major diabetic shock. I think maybe this is the right terminology. I'm still learning. Um, but I had gone into such a massive shock. I was terrified. I couldn't see. I'd eaten this shit. I was house sitting and I ate this crap and it told me, it said don't eat it raw. It was like this peanut brittle shit. I'm like, oh, so I dipped my finger in. I'm like, and all hell freaking broke loose, and I literally started. My eyes were blurring up after I did that. I was so freaking sick, and I came across. I heard him because I could barely freaking see because I don't know how to explain it, but if you're a doctor or know about diabetes, you would probably know what was going on, but I didn't know. I knew I was very sick and probably about to die. I was very terrified. Um, but I couldn't see. And so I came across, I literally had to go up to the stove to like literally touch the stove and look at the stove to see the time, right? Which I could barely see. Um, Desperately trying to find out what's wrong with me. And, well, I knew at that point that I had, pretty sure I had already been to the doctor at that time to diagnose what I was going through, whatever. So, um, he told me I was type 2. But anyway, I digress. So I was listening to YouTube because I could barely freaking see it. And I came across Dr. Ken Berry, Andrew Chaffee, um, who else? Anyway, I could hear them and I could hear them talk about the carnivore diet. And so I threw out all the vegetables and fruit and vegetables that I'd already bought, to sustain me while I was house sitting, right? And I'm like, screw this. This is what I need. I need to do something right fucking now because I can't fucking see. Terrified, but listening to Dr. Ken Berry and Andre Chaffee, you know, um, I threw it all out. And within 6 days, I was at the I was doing something at the island, which is about 8 feet away from the stove, right, where I was house sitting. And I just happened to look by. I'm like, oh, it's 11:30, and then I'm like, oh my god, I can see clearly. Like, holy shit. Um, this really fucking works. I was just eating meat, doing shrimp and the salmon and what else, pork, popped. I was doing the fat, and it took that long for all the symptoms of the blurriness, where I was on the road to going blind if I did not figure shit out. So that had me sold onto the carnivore. The first month was hell as my body figured shit out and cleaned shit out. My sleeping patterns were weird, but the thing is, I noticed since then. Well, it was actually before. It was like August 1st, or anyway, August 1st. Was when I started doing the countdown to diabetes reversal. Maybe a week into that, like when I started my house, that I just at that location, my dreaming, and it still is happening now. I'm vivid dreaming all night long, all night long. when I wake up, I come up from a dream. Actually, the other day I dreamt about the steak and butter gal. She was wearing pants and you could see her bum. And then at the very end of the when I woke up, like she was like kissing a girl and something like that. It was really fucking weird. But anyway, I have vivid. I guess I would be lucid, like dreams all night long. So I'm obviously I would see that as sleeping very well. Anyway, that's all for now. Oh, I want to tell you that a couple of days ago I introduced this into my diet. Something told me to do it. I thought maybe if I change the form into a liquid, maybe my body would handle it better and it won't taste so gross. And I'll just make sure that I'm getting what I need. Yesterday I bought some berberine. And I'm taking B12. I take 10,000 per day. And I know Jameson sucks, but it's what I got. Omega-3. And, I get most of my vitamins from my food. But sometimes if I can't eat, then I need to have supplements because I'm so tiny. I didn't weigh myself this morning, but yesterday I was 84.8. The day before I was 84 point, but I'm working out now again because the Canadian holiday, I know it's an excuse, but I was running around working and then I was visiting and playing, right? So balancing it all out. Anyway, I'm feeling good. The only time I feel really shitty is when I fall off the wagon, which isn't very often. That I figured out that like when I'm at home, no, I don't like I literally don't have any cravings. I figured out when I'm in when I'm in a family orientated thing, this is when I trip out. So maybe where I grab my emotional from food is mostly when, like, if it's gonna be a sugar binge, it'll be at a family gathering because I usually am quiet at the family gatherings. And I watch and I listen, right? I'm not really one to compete over anybody, and unless I feel very fucking strongly about something, I'll stand right the fuck when I'll talk. But mostly I just like to just listen and stuff. But I it's an emotional trigger. I was adopted, so I think that it's attached to my abandonment issues that I've had most of my life because of all the shite that happened as a kid. I'm not using it as an excuse. I'm just saying that this is probably what happened. I don't believe I'm not going to use diabetes as my excuse for anything, or the fact that shit happened when I was a kid, which had me removed from my family at the age of 7. That's just a real story, right? I believe storytelling brings us a lot of healing. So, and then we find our kin, we find our soulmates, which means across the world. You can be my soulmate, doesn't mean we're lovers, but you're my soulmate, and we have something to teach each other. Okay, sweetie? Life can be really fucking hard, right? But it can also be very beautiful, and I hope you focus on the beauty, sweetheart. Like I said before, focus on the vision and purpose. I got that from Shonda Sumter, right? She said, find a vision and a purpose. Okay, if you have a vision and a purpose, then you are more likely to slip out of the depression that you're in. Got major fucking dry mouth. I noticed that this chlorophyll gives me dry mouth. Weird, right? Anyway, that's all for now. I'm finishing up the brisket, and I added some eggs with some cream cheese. That's what I forgot. I was meaning to put my cream cheese into my eggs. And I have more eggs. Slip in a couple. And I got the chlorophyll, I got the coffee, I got a shitload of 35% cream in there, baby, because I'm going to gain weight. Anyway, you make it a great day, right? Don't let any... I gotta get my nails done. They look dirty, but they're not. I do scrub them. Make it a great day. And if nobody else is kind to you today, I need you to be kind to yourself, okay? Sometimes, and a lot of times, people can be assholes because they're under a lot of stress, okay? Put yourself in a kindness mode and know that it's not about you. It's about them and their shite, okay? Believe in yourself. Find a vision and purpose, baby. Don't give up. And don't make your disease or your situation an excuse. Oh, fuck, I've done it a lot of time. Have a pity party. Get over your pity party, okay, baby? Miss Lafalot, Diabetes Destroyer, coming at you from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.